And I think I can confidently say that even though the West and Japan both don't like piracy, I think Japan has a very harsher view. For example, I've heard many times certain manga or anime are not available in certain countries, so in that country, they do go to pirating websites to consume that content. To me, even though the piracy is wrong, I understand why. For example, our good friends at Steve POV, me and Steve have become very, very good friends. And it originally started by us reacting to his videos. A lot of his supporters actually emailed him saying that we were actually pirating his content and we were stealing, which has caused a lot of people to find these games elsewhere, pirated or get ROMs. Konbanwa minasan, kill desu. So guys, let's talk about piracy. But before we get started guys, we are close to 200,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Piracy has been a very controversial topic. Especially in the age of the internet where information is being shared constantly, there has been a rise in piracy with a lot of entertainment. From movies, anime, TV shows, manga, almost everything has been pirated nowadays. And even though piracy is universally disliked, I think that compared to the West, I think Japan has a very harsher view on piracy. But let's ask, what is piracy? Piracy is the unauthorized use or production of another's work. So basically, if you are unauthorized to use or reproduce the product from the original creator, you are pirating the content. I think if you support a certain type of content, whether that be movies, manga, anime, TV shows, whatever, I think you should support the original creator of said product. Because distribution of a product without the original creator getting money from that is taking away money from that original creator. And definitely, I think since the rise of the internet, it's been a lot harder to make money off of certain products because of how the internet can distribute products so easily over the internet. It did have an effect on for example, the music industry, where since the 2000s, there has been a lot of pirating of music. And nowadays, people can just download a song from YouTube and keep it on their phone without even having to pay for it. So a lot of times it is hard to crack down on piracy because of how big and explosive the pirating market is. And even on being on YouTube, because my audience is predominantly Japanese, I tend to see how a lot of Japanese people think when it comes to things like the internet or piracy. And I think I can confidently say that even though the West and Japan both don't like piracy, I think Japan has a very harsher view on piracy. More so like in the West, we may say it's wrong, but we can kind of tolerate people who do it. But I feel like in Japan, if you do pirate stuff, people get really upset with you. And I think it makes sense because I think a lot of creators in Japan are suffering because their products are not selling as much and they need as much support as they can get. Because even on YouTube, even though YouTube is an American company that was founded by American beliefs and systems and all that good stuff, YouTube is also a global company in which YouTubers come from all walks of life, from different kind of countries. And YouTube has a policy called fair use, which basically means that if you use someone else's content, you transform it in a way so it's not a one-on-one same version as the original content, but you transformed it so it's kind of like new content that you can use on your channel. And even doing reaction videos, I noticed like a lot of Japanese people still view reaction videos in a different way. For example, our good friends at Steve POV, me and Steve have become very, very good friends. And it originally started by us reacting to his videos. A lot of his supporters actually emailed him saying that we were actually pirating his content and we were stealing his content, and that led him to investigate. He emailed us and we talked about it, whatever. We actually ended up meeting and we actually collabed with a few videos. We'll leave some in the description below if you want to see those. And basically Steve was like, we're not stealing his content, if we're gonna use it, just properly credit him, in which we did. However, a lot of Japanese felt that we were stealing his content and they told him about it. But what we did was under fair use, because even though we were using his content, we transformed it, in which I would give my commentary, my thoughts on it, and made it into something else. So it wasn't like I was reposting his video and not changing anything about it. It wasn't like a one-on-one 1v1, like we copied this video, we just uploaded it to YouTube and just said it was ours. We just transformed it and made it something else. And from that, I can see that Japan still views the internet and content very differently from the West. Me personally, I don't mind if someone wants to react to our videos. I think a few people have. I wouldn't call that stealing. They're making content off of content in which they're seeing on the internet. And actually, reaction videos are a very popular kind of content in the West. But even with that, Japan's view of fair use is really different, in which even showing just a clip or a picture of something can be considered piracy. So for example, I know there's a lot of anime manga reviewers in Japan who don't show content of the thing they're reviewing because Japanese companies will take that as, oh, you're stealing our content and trying to make money off of it, and you're distributing our products illegally. But yet in America, the review industry is really big, in which you have a lot of YouTubers who review video games, they review movies and TV shows, and most of the time it's not a problem. As long as it's not a one-for-one posting of the original content, you're taking something, transforming it to make new content. So even right there, in Japan, that would be considered piracy, but in the West, it's not considered piracy. But again, I do believe that if you're going to consume a product, you need to pay homage to the original creator and support that creator. For example, I love iShield 21. It's one of my favorite mangas of all time. And I bought these mangas because I want to support Yusuke Murata, who is one of my favorite manga artists of all time. And I just love iShield. And for me, I was so moved by Yusuke Murata's art, I just had to support because I just love his work so much. So I believe in the West, we see piracy more as actually taking the product and just producing it and getting paid for someone else's work. While something like reaction videos is not really piracy, it's more so you're taking content, you're transforming it to create something differently. However, if a creator doesn't want you to react to their content on YouTube, which just happened to us, a few creators have reached out and asked us to stop reacting to their channels, and which we did because we respect the creators. But I'm just saying, like, Japan would see that as piracy, while the West, no. Big reason people say why piracy is so popular is because the content is not available for people to actually purchase. For example, I've heard many times certain manga or anime are not available in certain countries, so in that country, they do go to pirating websites to consume that content. To me, even though the piracy is wrong, I understand why they do it. They're doing it because it's not available legally where they live. Now, for me as a company, this is how I would think. If I'm a company and I realize that there's people who want my product but can't get it, and I see that they're getting pirated versions of my product, as a smart businessman, I would try to get my products in that area so people can get what they want and I can get what I want, which is money for my time and my efforts and the work that I've put in. Like, a huge complaint right now with Nintendo is the fact that a lot of their legacy games are not available on Switch, which has caused a lot of people to find these games elsewhere, pirated, or get ROMs of these games they download to their computer. But Nintendo doesn't like that. Many people are saying Nintendo won't give us the games so we can buy them, so if you want to play these games that have touched our hearts, that have been a part of our childhood, where else can we get these games but pirating them? So just for me, if I was Nintendo, if people are willing to buy this product, I will make the product available so that they can get what they want and I can get paid for my time and the product I made, which I think is fair. So again, I'm not saying piracy is good. I'm just saying I think of a smart business move would to be fulfill a need while getting paid for it. That's just what I think. But overall, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that the West should view piracy as Japan does? Do you think that how the West sees fair use on YouTube is different from Japan? Do you think it's good? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So if you guys like the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. Honto, arigatou gozaimasu. Mina, 気をつけて。じゃあね。